Sorry about that. Okay, hello everyone, welcome to Jabberwock Tavern. I'm your host today, Blake Mitch. Today we are going to play Tyrion Cuthbert as Attorney of the Arcane. So yeah, this game is inspired by as attorney, I guess. So we are going to play as a defense attorney, but in a world of magic and wizard, of fantasy. Yeah. Okay, let's see the game, I guess. We have settings, credits, crowdfunder. Let's see credits. Game director by Stephen Charles, programming by Stephen Charles, character Reagan, character design Mato Kunewa, Violet, courtroom chibi. Oh, there is a courtroom chibi. Okay, by Adam Side, and environment artist. Oh, there is a lot. Yeah, I mean there is a lot of credits. That's what I mean. Environment artist by Miko Fuyunokawa, promotional art by Yen Art, waifu what? Waifu consultation Savio Johannes, story writing by Stephen Carlos, and writing consultant by Arif Siddiqui, music by Inzain Indurain Music, music composition, and also Shady Kikada. Voice act. Oh, there is a voice actors. Nice. John Van Doren. Oh yeah, this is the character Tyrion, Celeste, Arya, Ruby, and Lucio. Q&A, UI elements. Okay. All right, let's start the game. Oh, we can we skip case? Oh, we can skip case. Interesting. Let's start from the case one. The cold-hearted aristocrat. That's interesting that we can skip cases. Oh wait, there is a button here. A menu. Yeah. Hold on. My cable got tangled. I need to fix them a bit. Okay, that's good. So we have, I don't know, the menu. I cannot click the menu. The game. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we have I don't know what is this. Is a clue. This one, text log. Okay, the fields of battle are filled with suffering and despair. On them are a class of souls brought by conflict by the corrupt powers that rule over them. Okay, that was the text that we missed. This is save, I guess. Yeah, we can save here. And this is settings. Okay, yeah. Can we have a stronger resolution? No, we cannot. There is this one actually, but let's keep it at 50 Hz, maybe 60. Text size normal. Let me check. Is that big enough? Let me check on my other screen. Yeah, seems the text is big enough, so I will keep it normal. Resolution, text speed, normal. Okay. Everything seems okay here. What is this? Oh, return to title screen. No. This is shutdown, I guess, so yeah. Rise Rudolph. I was transporting a client in my carriage that evening. Oh, occupation, servant, age 34, Arcane art non. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can see that that text, occupation, age, and Arcane, because it's quite small. Let me see if changing it to large change anything. Doesn't? Or yeah, does it change anything? I don't think it changed anything. Yeah, the setting here. So okay, let's keep it at large, I guess. And we were driving by the McCoy Tavern when we heard a disturbance. I was worried that something was amiss, so I walked into the building to see what the commotion was. There, I saw the defendant. She was lit by the blue glow of the dining room lights, and she was stabbing the victim with her magical sword. Can we click this stabbing? No, okay. Oh, objection. Suddenly, I'm shocked. Mr. Rudolph, you testified that you saw my client murdering the victim, and you supposedly saw her casting magic while doing so? Yes, I could never forget such grisly sight. That moment was burned into my memory. I see. It's funny that you say that. Okay, so this is Tyrion Cuthbert, occupation defense attorney, age 20, arcane art none. Oh wait, what was the arcane art of the Rudolph? Let's see. None. Okay. How so? Because your entire testimony was a complete lie. What?
Objection!
Objection. Arya still wine. Are you cute? Are you? Okay, I cannot mimic female voice. Sorry for that. Are you accusing the witness of perjury? Surely you know that such accusation can be made lightly, Mr. Cuthbert. My accusation is far from baseless, still wine. Is it still wind or still wine? Windy. Okay, maybe it's still wind. Okay. Think about the state of the crime scene at the time of the murder. The witness couldn't have seen anything, much less a homicide. He knows something. Okay, so the tutorial is kind of direct. We are told that you can click this. I mean, but of it, there are still few people who carry the ideals of justice within their heart. What? But you have to wonder sometimes, are these ideals truly just, or are they simply lies fed to us by our elders? What happened? Did I misclick? Or what happened? What? Plain heart, you fool, why couldn't you have just listened to me? What happened? Huh? Okay, I don't understand. I mean, I think the scene order are a bit off, but yeah, let's continue with the game. We saw. Okay, I don't understand. Rudolph, I require your assistance. Yes, sir. By the Scaled Lord, what did you killed him? Alert the Town Guard. Tell them that you saw his daughter fleeing the scene. I'm sure their neighbors heard them arguing with each other. They will immediately suspect her. At once, sir. Episode 1: The Cold-Hearted Aristocrat. Okay, yeah, that was a bit weird. Earlier that day, you feel yourself slowly succumbing to an unbearable pain. Maybe someone attacked us. It's like the second as attorney, or third, I forgot. You don't. Yeah, it's the second. You don't think you'll be able to survive this much longer. Ruby Timora. Are you sure you are okay, Cuthbert? You look like you are about to pass out. Ruby Timora, occupation attorney. Don't worry about me, Miss Timora. I'm fine. You've been riding this carriage for days. You are definitely not fine. With each bump in the road, you feel yourself becoming more and more nauseous. It's taking every ounce of willpower just to hold down your lunch. I'm perfectly fine, if you say so. You feel the carriage drive over a large bump in the road. You can feel and hear your stomachs retching in protest. That stew you ate for lunch doesn't taste nearly as good the second time. On second thought, that's better. You take a deep breath of fresh air. It's the first breath you've taken today that hasn't threatened to come back out. Okay. Sorry about this. I didn't expect the roads in this town to be this uneven. I suppose they don't get a lot of traffic here. You've been on the road with your mentor for days. Together, you've been searching for a man named Linhart McCoy. Supposedly, he's been a voice of dissidence against King Olivier for the last few decades. Okay, who was we are searching again? I mean, it's just the last sentence. Yeah, it's Linhart McCoy. You have no idea what kind of business Miss Timora would have with him. But you know better than to ask questions about her affairs. Merchant. Hello, travelers. Hello, travelers. Welcome to Cornhaven. A local merchant steps out from one of the nearby shops. He has a wide smile on his face, and he approaches your carriage with the enthusiasm of a starving vulture. Would a pair of dignified individuals such as yourself care for a refreshing? These clothes, they must be from the city. Can I pick another? He certainly has a friendly expression, but his thought seems very analytical. I don't understand what that face are supposed to be. Should I click them or... I don't know. Looks like I cannot click them, so they are just showing the character emotion, I guess. Well, I don't need a drink, but Miss Timora glances at you, and your stomach rumbles in agreement. Of course, I have just the thing for an upset stomach. With a carriage like that, I bet I could fleece them for a lot. Yeah, I cannot click this. It's just there for showing the character emotion, I guess. His thoughts and emotion are laid bare through your Eye of Horus. Oh, so we have a skill named Eye of Horus, and we can see, we can see our the one that is talking to us. Yeah, their emotion and thoughts. Okay. What was the name of it again? Lawan bicara. I forgot. Yeah, whatever that is. But the merchant's expression doesn't betray a hint of what he's truly thinking. You wonder if his false smile could get any bigger. At this rate, he might dislocate his jaw. How about 2 flasks of apple juice for 50 silver pieces? 50 SP? You may find the price daunting, but this is organic, freshly made apple juice. It's just store-bought juice, but I bet they can't even tell the difference. Out of the corner of your eyes, you spot an empty bottle of store-bought apple juice. It's resting on a table inside the merchant shop. Store-bought apple juice, type clue, okay? The Cornhaven merchant has a bottle of store-bought apple juice. It's resting, oh yeah, this one, yeah, it's resting on table inside his shop. It's suspiciously empty. And Tyrion will make mental notes of notable clues he sees in the world. These notes are instrumental to solving mysteries and progressing through the game. You can check these notes at any time by opening the toolbar on the top left. Yeah, we already checked the toolbar. It's this one? No, which one is it again? This one, I guess. Yeah. We have Apollo, there is spell, and there are profiles. Oh, the lady is quite old. It's a 46, okay. Trust me, it's worth the extra gold. Normally, the price wouldn't matter that much to you. So, the madam is twice, not the madam, but yeah, the woman is twice our age, okay. But she appears young. Yeah, let's see again. See that? This doesn't look like a 46-year-old woman. I have a doubt about her age. Maybe she used, maybe she slowed her aging or something. She used the aging spell, I guess. Okay, let's continue with the story. But you don't appreciate being treated like an easy mark. Oh, what is this? Argument. Arguments. You've started an argument with another character. During an argument, your opponent will make claims that you need to respond. Responding correctly will lower your opponent's confidence. Responding incorrectly will lower your confidence. And once you run out of confidence, you will lose the argument. Okay? I think you need to elaborate. You said that this apple juice is organic, but where is it made? It's produced by the hardworking people of this town, of course. I only trade organic products. In small town like ours, we only deal with locally sourced products. Okay. Present. Okay, so they have a store-bought apple juice. It should be the bottle, not the apple, but whatever. You say that, but I can see an empty bottle of store-bought juice inside your shop. Why would you have something like that if you only deal with organic products? Oh, how did that get there? Make no mistake, I only have that because I wanted to see how my products compare to that of the city. And let me tell you, that mass-produced slop doesn't even compare to my product. What an obvious lie. Juice is worth far more than what I'm offering. Honestly, I'm offering you a very good deal. Okay, what is this? Interpreting during arguments. For certain claims, you will need to look at your opponent's thoughts and emotions. Choose the correct response depending on the information seen. Logic. Choose this option if your opponent's thought contradicts something in your notes. Okay, it's logic. Intuition. Choose this option if your opponent's thought contradicts their claim. Okay. Empathy. Choose this option if your opponent's emotion contradicts their claim. Okay, so if the thought contradicts the claim, we use intuition. This is hard to remember. I'm not good at remembering stuff. Let me write this down. So logic for notes. Yeah, that should be easy. And yeah, that should be easier to remember. Logic notes. And intuition, thought. I will just write int here. And empathy, emotion. So we'll just write emo here. Okay, let's continue. This juice is worth far more than what I'm offering. I usually only sell this stuff for 5 SP a flask. Let's see. So what do we have here? Logic. Let's see the notes. What notes do we have? Nothing here. We didn't see anything from their emotion, so it will be intuition, I guess. Sir, it's obvious those flasks are only worth 5 SP. What? How did you? Well, it's clear that you are very shrewd man. Right. Argument 1. Okay, we win our first argument. We win our tutorial. Okay, oh, there is a child. So thirsty. Out of corner of your eye, you spot a child watching you from afar. Her eyes are fixed on the flask of apple juice. How about 20 SP for 3 flasks? Of course, sir. Okay. The kingdom of Wyvern, established around 2000 years ago by the 7 High Archmage. Why are the stories suddenly becoming a history of the kingdom? Why? It's currently ruled by King Olivia the Wyvern and the mages of his nobility. The nobility will tell you that our marvelous kingdom is a land of prosperity and happiness. A land where its people share the wealth and succor provided by the kingdom's magic. Thank you. Why do we back into this scene again? What was that history scene? Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird transition. I haven't had anything like this in years. The child's passing thoughts tell you exactly how much succor the kingdom is sharing. Okay, so that's just just to tell us that the kingdom is bad or something, I guess. I didn't know you had such an eye for rural economics. Well, I suppose I just have a good intuition for this sort of thing. Or did you use another kind of eye? You avoid meeting her gaze. Don't get me wrong, your so-called Eye of Horus is an amazing gift. You should take every opportunity to hone it. But try to be more subtle next time. If I can see through you, others will be able to as well. Right. Anyways, I did some asking around while you were haggled. Supposedly the McCoy Tavern should be north of here. Okay, let's find this McCoy. If my tip is correct, this should be the place. Wait, this is the McCoy Tavern? With the state it's in, calling it a tavern is being pretty generous. You find it hard to believe that this has a secret meeting place for dissidents. But now that you think about it, maybe that's the entire point. The tavern has been shut down for years. Nowadays, McCoy just uses it to host his rallies. Although I do wonder how they've been keeping themselves afloat. Hey, you lot, the McCoy Tavern is closed. A group man approached your carriage as you step out of it. He's eyeing you and Miss Timora, a clear look of contempt on his face. I take it that you are Flintheart McCoy? I am, what of it? Flintheart McCoy, occupation unemployed. Oh, wasn't he the tavern keeper, tavern master or something? Sorry for not writing ahead of time, but I'm Ruby Timora. I wanted to speak with you. Ruby Timora? Wait, the Ruby Timora? Any animosity he initially had immediately vanished. He lets out a laugh it's as if he were meeting an old friend. Why didn't you say so? Come on in. You didn't expect someone like him to know about Miss Timora. But you suppose it makes sense. They both fight against the same enemy. Age. Or not. Oh, okay, it's not age. Okay, so albeit in different ways. Sorry about the mess. We haven't exactly been... Well, anyways, what brings you here? I take it you didn't journey all this way to see my rag tavern. I'm here on behalf of a client. We have a proposition that you might be interested in. Is there anywhere where we could talk more privately? Sure, the kitchen is empty. Wonderful. Tyrion, stay here while I speak with McCoy. What? Don't you need my help? There is no need for that. Like hell, there is no need for that. If she's trying to make a deal with Flintheart, you can easily read his thoughts to figure out what he wants. You desperately want to object, but she shoots you a stern look that causes you to freeze up. Look at that eyes. It's like want to murder us. Yeah. You slowly look away from her and okay. You spend quite an amount of time waiting in the dining area of the tavern. It's already been hours since Miss Timora and Flintheart went to talk in the kitchen. You can hear faint murmurs from behind the closed door, and you've been resisting the urge to eavesdrop. But even from here, you can tell that their conversation is slowly becoming more frustrated. It looks like they're going to be a while. Well, it's a good thing you always bring a chess set around. You bring out the small chessboard that you've carried around since you were a child. Chess can be played with one person and you have always taken advantage of that. Checkmate. You win against yourself, this time as black. I've been playing 10 games already and I've won 7 out of 10 times as black. Hello. Statistically, white is more likely to win. Unbeknownst to you, you are thinking out loud. So why am I performing so much better when playing as black? Hello? You still don't notice her, and you are verbalizing your thoughts just as fast as you are thinking them. Am I becoming overconfident as white because it has a first move advantage? Or perhaps that very advantage is affecting my choices and making me play in a suboptimal manner. If a personal quirk is making me play illogically, then I need to correct it. Hey! Oh, what? How long have you been standing there? It's about time you noticed me. I've been trying to talk to you for a while now. Oh, sorry. Do you know where my dad is? Your dad? Flintheart McCoy. I'm his daughter, Celeste. Is it Celeste or Celeste? Let's go with Celeste. What was the occupation again? I forgot. Oh, Flintheart is speaking with my mentor right now. Oh, it's... Sorry, it's Ruby Tyrion mother? What? Oh, I wanted to show him something. Do you know when they will be done? I don't know. They've been speaking in the kitchen for a while now. Okay, so let me tell you what I think. So maybe, just maybe, the main character is found maybe somewhere in the orphanage or or abandoned somewhere, and Miss Timora adopt him, I guess. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I don't think they are blood related, but I think he is adopted. Yeah, or something, I guess. But let's see. You hear Flintheart and Miss Timora's voices getting louder and more frustrated, but Celeste doesn't seem to notice. Her eyes seem to be focused on your chessboard. This is chess, right? Are you playing against someone? Oh, I'm playing against myself, actually. Oh, that is... You feel a judgmental stare. What's wrong with... Yeah. Playing alone helps me develop new strategies. Plenty of professionals do. Hey, I'm not the type to shame a man for playing with himself. That is... Relax, I'm just joking. Anyways, you are still waiting for your mentor. Do you want to play a game? Oh, you know how to play? Sure, I've read about this before. See, read about it? Oh, this table is so dusty. Celeste takes a seat on the other side of the table. She tries to set up her side of the board but fumbles with the pieces. She stares at one of them, confused. How do I arrange these things again? Part of you regrets accepting her challenge, but it would be impolite to back out now. Here, I'll arrange that for you. Thanks. Checkmate. You defeat her in 2 moves. That's brutal. Wait, what? Already? How did you do that? You decide against telling her what the name of that mate was. Rematch me, I want a do-over. Sure, why not? It's not as if you have anything better to do. Celeste's brow furrows as she tries to decide on her next move. But she hasn't realized that the game is already finished. Here, She moves a knight into a position to attack your queen. It should have stopped your assault on her king, but checkmate. A scholar's mate this time. What? Come on, how do you keep doing that? Look at the closed door to the kitchen. Lenhart and Miss Timora discussion is becoming louder. It doesn't sound like they will be done anytime soon. Again, I will definitely beat you this time. Okay, so we are just bullying Celeste. For someone who had clearly never played before, she's quickly improving with each game. It's impressive, she's observing your strategies and adapting them to her playstyle. With the way she's playing now, she could even defeat a nationally ranked noble. Checkmate, but even so, you've been playing this game for a lot longer than she has. Yeah, we've been playing this game from when we are a child. So I take it that more than 10 years. How are you always one step ahead of me? It's like you are reading my mind. He is, as if you'd even need to, but he can't. Yeah. Just one more game, I'll get you this time. Hello, Cuthbert. Miss Timora emerged from the kitchen with Flintheart. They both look mentally exhausted. It looks like the negotiation didn't go well. Hi, Dad. Oh, okay. I forgot to read that Celeste has an arcane art that is transmutation. Okay. Yeah, good information for us. Oh, hello, sweetie. Lenhart looks irritated, but as soon as he sees Celeste, he quickly hides it behind a smile. You wonder what their discussion was about. What is this, some kind of game? Miss Timora glances at pieces on the board. Don't feel too bad about losing to him. He's nationally ranked. Oh, you're a professional. Is that why you are wearing a suit? No, chess is just a hobby. I'm actually a defense attorney. An attorney? Speaking of which, we should probably be on our way. Sorry for refusing you after you came all this way. I really respect what you are doing, but I don't want anything to do with your mage friends. Oh, Celeste McCoy. Yes, she is a mage. She has arcane art. You wonder what he meant by that. Was Miss Timora trying to introduce him to one of our clients? Anyway, it is good to know. If you leave now, you won't get back to the city until morning. She's right. This region is littered with bandits and brigands. You wouldn't want to run into them this late. I guess you have a point. We have plenty of empty rooms that you can stay in until morning. It's the least I can do after you came all this way. Well, if it's not much trouble, we might as well stay here until tomorrow. The tavern is shut down, but we still have some sheets and blankets. I'll go get the rooms ready. Okay. Celeste and Flintheart leave the dining area to get your rooms ready. You are left in the dining room with Miss Timora. So, I take it that negotiation didn't go well? No, I didn't expect him to be so stubborn. Honestly, I have no idea what that man has against mages. Well, there is one way to find out. Why are you being so secretive? If your business with Flintheart is related to our clients, I can help. It wasn't important and your presence was not necessary. That's such an obvious lie, but you can't read a single thought from her mind. She's had years of practice hiding her thoughts from the eye of Horus. Yeah, we live with her. Celeste enthusiastically came back downstairs, but she seems to have noticed the tension between you and Miss Timora. So sorry to interrupt, but your rooms are ready now. Right. Thank you. An awkward silence hangs in the air as you and Miss Timora head upstairs. You reach the upper hallway and see the two rooms that Celeste prepared for you. Miss Timora stopped before entering her room. You were playing chess with Flameheart's daughter earlier. Was she any good? Not at first, but she got a lot better as we kept playing. I'm sorry for leaving you there for so long. I didn't expect our discussion to last that long. No, it's fine. Despite everything, I enjoyed playing against her. I see. Well, I suppose you are at that age. No, it's not like that. It's just that outside of tournaments, I never really get to play against another player. And you only ever want to play Shogi against me. Because Shogi is clearly superior. It's completely anarchy is what it is. You just bring fallen pieces back to life like some kind of necromancer. It adds depth. Dropping adds a dimension of play that isn't present in chess. You sternly look at each other, your position already made. After a few moments of silence, you both burst out laughing. I'm sorry, it looks like I don't trust you. I know you're just trying to help. But there are some things about my work that I can't tell you about yet. One day, I will tell you everything. Right, I'm sorry for prying. I just want to show you I'm ready to be an attorney. You are. I know you are. The rare praise from your mentor catch you off guard. Anyway, get some rest. You should mentally prepare yourself for the journey tomorrow. Right, you completely forgot about the carriage ride back. You can already feel your stomach churning in protest. You lie in the bed that the McCoy prepared for you, and as you close your eyes, you slowly drift into a deep slumber. As this happens, you feel something invasive. Your mind drifts away, and you feel yourself being pulled elsewhere. Oh, what kind of scenery is this? You find yourself in a surreal and unsettling landscape. You are fairly certain that you are dreaming right now. But some instinct in the back of your mind tells you that something is fundamentally wrong about this. You see a woman in the far distance is staring directly at you. What presence? She is murmuring something, but you can't quite make it out. Is she trying to say something to you? Finally, found! I finally found you, Heavensborn. Okay, so maybe our real surname is Heavensborn. Okay. You are jolted wide awake. You can't exactly remember what that woman said to you. I can. But whatever her words were, they sent a piercing chill down your spine. Your breath is heavy and your heart is beating at 100 miles per hour. Calm down, it was just a dream. At least that's what you try to tell yourself. Please, just let me explain. I don't want to hear it. Sorry, let me drink a bit. A dead silence lingers in the air before you hear someone rush out of the table. Whoever left slams the door behind them. What was that all about? It's none of your business. You only met those two today. It would probably be best not to get involved in their affairs. As you tell yourself that, a brief image of Celeste's smile appears in your mind. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like the background is not actually dark. We can see some kind of figure here on the right side here. Or is it moving on the screen? Hold on, let me check. Oh yeah, my cursor is moving. So yeah, this one is something, and this one looks like a triangle. I think this is a window, but I'm not sure what the one on the right side is. But yeah, it is not completely dark. There is stuff on the background. It's not completely Damn it. And it's gone. You slowly make your way out of your room. But the hallway is nearly pitch black. You can barely see a few inches ahead of you. You have to watch your step to avoid tripping. You run into Flintheart, who was slowly walking up the stairs. Even this close, it's hard to see his expression in the darkness. Sorry, I just heard. Right, I forgot the 2 words. His word trail off. Is everything okay? You said, what is this 2 emotion? I mean, we know that this one is joy. This one is sad, this one is angry. What is the purple one? Is that worry, I guess? Do we have anything about this? Any notes? No? Profile, spell, clue, nothing, I guess? How old is this one? 52, okay. Wait, what was that? Bodyguard? She is a bodyguard, she can use skills. I mean, she can fight. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to... You awkwardly shimmy past Flintheart to head down the stairs. He doesn't move out of your way. It's clear his mind is elsewhere. Yeah, I think the purple one is worry. You arrive at the dining room, but you don't see Celeste anymore. Honestly though, it's hard to tell with how dark the room is. Celeste, are you still here? You don't receive an answer. You remember hearing someone slam the front door earlier. Your eyes are drawn to the tavern entrance. Celeste? No answer. Celeste, where are you? Why are we worrying about Celeste? The merchant you spoke with before steps out of his shop holding a lantern. He appears to be irritated by all the noise you've been making. Oh, you're that kid from before. Do you have any idea what time it is? This is in the city, you can't just make a bunch of noise like this. Right. Sorry. I was just looking for Celeste. Who? Celeste McCoy, she's Flintheart's daughter. The merchant expression becomes a little colder. Do you know them? What do you want with that bastard? That damn mage. What? Those 2 probably woke up half the street with all their yelling. I don't need you keeping us up too. If I hear any more noise, I'm going to call the town guard. Wait, so... Flintheart was a mage, maybe, I guess? Interesting. Excuse me. Before you can get a word in, the merchant walks back into his home in a huff. You look around, but you still don't see any sign of Celeste. You decide to continue searching. I can't believe I said those things to her. She'll never forgive me for this. I see your temper is short as ever, Flintheart. You. Honestly, how do you live in this darkness? Look so. What are you doing here? How dare you bring that witchcraft into my home? I've been busy lately. Your little rallies have gained quite a lot of support. Too much support for my family's liking. And what, you came all this way to convince me to stop? You have my word, to stop spreading dissidents. No harm will come to you or your family. Your word is as good as the dirt you lick off King Olivier's boots. As I'd ever trust the word of a murderer like you. Flintheart, please, as someone you once called a friend, I'm only going to ask you one time. Friend? Friend? I'll be dead in the ground before I ever call the likes of you a friend. Get out of my house. I don't have time for your nonsense. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll have much time for editing. Girl! Damn it. Oh, what is that? Is that a sword? Damn it, Flameheart, you fool! Why couldn't you have just listened to me? Why is he angry? He is the one that killed Flameheart. Yeah, Rudolph, I require assistance. Yes, sir? By the scaled Lord, what did you killed him? Alert the town guard, tell them that you saw his daughter fleeing the scene. I'm sure their neighbors heard them arguing with each other. They will immediately suspect her. So, this is a servant, age 34, have no arcane harm. Okay? At once, sir. You've been searching for Celeste for a while. How long have you been outside? 2 hours, 3? However long it's been, it's clearly taking too long. Where is she? What am I going to do now? Okay, now we pick up an emotion or something, I guess, from Celeste, so she must be around here. And this blue looks like sad. Yeah, it's sad, I guess. You hear a faint voice. Could it be? Oh! As you peer behind an old tree, you finally find her. She looks just as tired as you are, probably even more so. Her eyes are puffy and red, but she's doing her best to hide it with a smile. I've been looking all over for you. Oh, sorry. I'm guessing we woke you up. Yeah. Is everything okay? It's nothing, it was just an argument. But from the way she reacted, this is clearly not common. You suppose that it's none of your business. You decided not to pry further. Have you been looking for me all this time? I have. Thank you, but I'm okay now. You should head back. What about you? I think I'm going to stay on a little longer. You know that you should mind your own business, but I'm sure whatever happened between you two, it's nothing you can't talk about. It doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes Miss Timora and I get into fights too. But no matter what happens, we were always able to talk through it. Sorry, it's none of my business, but no, I really appreciate it. Thank you. So now she is happy, still sad, and still worried or something, I guess, this purple one. You're right, let's go back. Poor Celeste. What? You arrived back at McCoy Tavern, but now it's surrounded by several chariots and knights clad in plate armor. Is that the Inquisition? What? The Arcane Inquisition? The Arcane Inquisition. They are an order of knights that investigate crimes committed using magic. As you say the word crimes, you and Celeste share a glance and come to the same realization. Both of you rush towards the tavern, but Celeste outpaces you by a large margin. What? No! No! She reaches the tavern before you, and before anyone can stop her, she takes a look inside the inn. Whatever she saw makes her cry out in anguish. She drops to the ground in tears. There she is! Celeste McCoy, by the authority of the Wyvern Guard Crown, I'm placing you under arrest. Or why? Upon seeing Celeste, one of the knights steps forward and grabs her. Surprisingly, she is able to break free from his grip and tries to push further into the tavern. Noticing the commotion, 3 other knights rush to grab her and begin dragging her away. She kicks and screams against them, desperately trying to break free. Even between the 3 knights, it's taking all of the strength to subdue her. What are you doing to her? What is going on here? Tyrion! Miss Timora approaches you. You breathe a small sigh of relief when you see that she is okay. Miss Timora! I should have known that he was one of yours. Just stay out of our way. Miss Timora, what's going on? Why is the Inquisition here? I'm surprised myself, but from what I understand, Reinhard McCoy has been murdered. Murdered? Yeah, he is murdered, bro. Let's save this one. The Cold-Heart Aristocrat. Okay. You follow the Inquisition back to the city where Celeste is being detained. According to Mr. Mora, Celeste was the prime suspect in Flintheart murder, and due to the supposed nature of the crime, her case would be pushed to trial immediately, but many elements of the situation still don't make sense. The Inquisition only investigates crimes committed using magic, so why is Celeste their prime suspect? Would she be a mage? Yeah, she can transmute, bro. We already know that. Yeah, we got spoiled by this occupation, age, and arcane art. They should make a separate UI for that. Do not spoil us of she being a mage. Yeah. This is ridiculous. She has a right to speak to an attorney. Anyways, you find yourself met with another hurdle. A very frustrating one. Yeah, well, we can't let you see her until she's been processed. Her trial is an hour. How has she not been processed yet? I don't know what to tell you, kid. I wish I could help. You don't need to use I to know that's a complete lie. So, you are really planning on defending her? Do you know if she can even afford a lawyer? I just can't stand here and do nothing. You saw them, didn't you? There's no way she would murder her father like that. I know that. I was saving this for a special occasion, but... we got an Attorney Runestone. Attorney Runestone has been added to your notes. Magical runestone that allows you to take pictures of crime scenes and write notes telepathically. Every attorney has one, almost like a badge for them. Okay, so this is not a badge, it's just a runestone. If you are going to defend her, you are going to need one. You begin to tear up. You wanted one of these ever since you were a child. It's basically a badge of honor for attorneys. Don't cry, Cuthbert. Sorry. Anyways, keep one thing in mind. If you try to defend her, the Inquisition isn't going to fight you fairly. Our court system only exists to create the illusion of justice. They hate people like us, and they will do everything in their power to sabotage you. Damn it, you know that they tried to get in your way, but you didn't expect them to do it this blatantly. Oh, what with all these noise? You're that knight from the tavern. That's Commander Orim White to you, kid. Orim White, Occupation 9, Arcane Art No, age 64. I had a feeling Timora would be sniffing around this case. But I didn't expect her to send a kid to do her dirty work. Commander, he says that he wants to talk to the mage. And she got a right to an attorney, doesn't she? Well, she hasn't been processed. Commander White looks confused for a moment. The hell kind of bullshit you are trying to pull? Let him through, you idiot. Yes, sir. The knight leads you through the halls of the dungeon. For something built in the capital, it looks extremely old and decrepit. Prisoners. Okay. Pick up the negative emotion of the prisoners nearby. It's heavy and almost cruising through. You've always had to avoid crowded place because of how sensitive you are to people's styles. You have never felt this much concentrated despair before. Oh, it's you. Oh, she is happy. Celeste is lying down on the cold floor of one of the dungeon cells, but she immediately gets up as soon as she sees you. What are you doing here? Miss Timora told me about what happened to your father. I'm so sorry. I just don't understand. I don't understand any of this. Why would someone do this? And why are they blaming me for it? I'm not sure about the details, but it's clear that there were elements of magic involved in what happened. Since they are arrested you based on the evidence, I can only conclude one thing. Celeste, you are a mage, aren't you? I thought we already know that she's a mage. Yeah, she can do transmutation. Oh yeah, I mean, it never said directly by her, so maybe it's like we are just reading her thought or something, but yeah, that's a bit weird. There's no sense in hiding it anymore. Yes, I am. Do you have a noble blood? Of course not. Why would you say that? So sorry, but the ability to use magic is genetic. Most mages tend to have some kind of noble blood. I honestly don't like thinking about that. I'm the daughter of Jolene and Flintheart McCoy. That's all I need to know about myself. It would probably be best not to push the matter further. Anyways, you were probably arrested because you were a mage. What? A crime was committed using magic and you were the only mage around at the time. Is that seriously the only reason? I only know how to cast one spell. The Arcane Inquisition doesn't care about the truth, they only care about closing their cases. Celeste, your case is being pushed to the trial. You are going to be brought before a judge within the hour. What? No one told me anything? Damn it, they weren't even planning on telling her? If you'll have me, I'd like to be your defense counsel for the trial. Right, I forgot that you were an attorney. Would you really do that for me? After everything I've seen them do, I can't just stand by and do nothing. But they're part of the kingdom. Do we even have a chance? It's hopeless. Celeste, man, king, or god, I won't let them do anything to you. What? Sorry, it's just something I have a habit of saying. No, don't apologize. I really appreciate you doing this. It's clear that this entire situation is bittersweet for her. And because of the Inquisition's delays, you haven't had any time to investigate the crime scene. You were confident before, but you begin to doubt whether or not you can really do this. Everything is happening so fast, it feels unreal. No, you have to do this. This is the exact reason why you become a lawyer. No matter what happens, you'll acquit Celeste. Okay. A courtroom. I'm in a real courtroom. Our face, the character, yeah. Our face doesn't look someone confident enough. He looks hopeless. Actually, entering the courtroom took a lot of wind out of your sails. You've never been here as an attorney before. You've only ever acted as Miss Timora's assistant. Arya Stillwind. The woman at prosecutor's bench is staring at you. Miss Timora mentioned her before you went to see Celeste. What was her name again? You think it was Arya Stillwind? You can feel the coldness of her glare burrowing into you. Why is she staring you down? Is she trying to intimidate you? Because it's working. Oh, that's our judge. This judge looks better than the judge on as attorney. Court is now in session for the trial of Celeste McCoy. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. It doesn't necessarily sound very ready. Regardless, let's begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Stillwind, please list the charges. The defendant is Celeste McCoy, a mercenary for hire and a registered mage. Wait, did she just say mercenary? Yeah, I had to take up a job after my family's tavern was shut down. Oh, right. That's not exactly the first occupation you choose. She is charged with second-degree murder and negligent misuse of the arcane arts. I see, so there was magic involved. Yes, the crime occurred within the McCoy Tavern, a local inn that shut down years ago. The locals reported hearing a loud commotion coming from within the building. Hours later, a carriage driver that was nearby checked the disturbance. It was then that he found the victim, the defendant's sword still impaling his dead body. The Inquisition has provided an autopsy report and record of the sword. Died after being stabbed from behind by a magical blade. Fatal wound shows heavy trace of transmutation magic. Okay, so we can do transmutation magic, right? So yeah, that's sorry, not us, but Celeste. So yeah, that's a high, yeah, that's why she is suspected. The alleged murder weapon. It's ornately designed sword, but it has no magical properties. It's Celeste's sword, okay. What was the defendant's relationship with the victim? I see that they share the same last name. Defendant is the victim's daughter, but not by blood. Yeah, she was not by blood, of course. She was adopted into the family when she was an infant. Her birth parents are currently unknown. I see. What an unfortunate turn of events. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orim White to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Name's Orim White. I am commander of the Arcane Inquisition. Orim, could you please testify about the details of the Inquisition's investigation? Yeah. Witness testimony. Okay, let's see. We got a call late at night. Someone discovered a dead body inside the McCoy Tavern. When we arrived on the scene, we found Flintheart McCoy dead on the floor. The defendant's sword was still inside of him. We have several witnesses who heard the victim and defendant in a loud argument before the body was discovered. Their argument must have turned ugly because the defendant killed the victim using her magic sword. Isn't that really incriminating? One of her possessions is the murder weapon. Yeah. You may begin your cross-examination. You open your mouth to respond, but nothing comes out. You can't think anything to say. Everything is blank. Mr. Cuthbert? Hey, what are you doing? This is the part where you say something, right? I'm sorry, I don't. The anxiety is just getting worse, and your breaths are becoming more, and are you hyperventilating? What a disappointment. I was hoping to fight against the infamous Ruby Tamara today, but it's clear you can't even hold a candle to her. Your Honor, it's clear that the defense has nothing to say against the prosecution, overwhelming evidence. Yep, this case is pretty open and shut. No, wait. This isn't what's supposed to happen. I'm sorry, Tyrion. I couldn't act with Frey. She was found guilty. What? But that means they're going to execute her? No, not again. Are you seriously going to let that happen again? Okay, so something happened in the past where someone that we know, I guess we know, get accused of some crimes and getting executed for them. Yeah, I think that's what happened in the past. Tyrion. Celeste grabs your shoulders and shakes you out of your panic. You need to calm down. Her gaze is calm and focused, despite the gravity of the situation, but she looks stern, not angry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to... Stop, just listen to me. You know what to do, right? Just do it the same way you play chess. What? I don't know, you were just so calm and focused when we were playing before. No matter how close I got to beating you, you always knew how to stay calm and win. So just channel that feeling and look at the pieces? That doesn't make any sense, and yet you take a moment to focus and let everything else disappear from the world. Every statement that he made, every word that came out of his mouth, each of those is a possible weakness that you can attack. Every big moment can be turned around, you just need to consider every angle. My apologies for the delay, Your Honor. The defense is ready to begin cross-examining the witness. Very well. There we go. Thank God that worked. Carefully examine every statement he made and find something that contradicts the evidence in your notes. Once you do that, present the contradicting evidence and prove that his testimony is false. Right, let's save for now. We got a call late at night. Someone discovered a dead body inside the McCoy Tavern. What is this? Press? Oh, we can. Oh, it's the same as The usual as attorney you can press for more statement. At what time exactly you get this? Did you get this call? And who discovered the body? The call came in at 1:25 AM. As for the witness who discovered it, he wanted to remain incognito. It's not unusual for a witness to stay anonymous. It's well within their right. But this would be a lot easier if you could question the witness directly. What happened when you arrived, Commander? When we arrived on the scene, we found Lenhart McCoy dead on the floor. The defendant's sword was still inside of him. Let's press, I guess. How did you know that the sword was my client's? Her sword is made of some kind of special alloy. I think it was forged out of country or something. It would be hard to mistake something like that. We also have several eyewitnesses who verified that the sword belonged to the defendant. She made no effort to hide it from the public. Quite the contrary, she was quite proud to show it off. But even if the sword belongs to my client, that doesn't necessarily mean that she was the one who stabbed him. Yeah, well... We have several witnesses who heard the victim and defendant in a loud argument before the body was discovered. How did they know it was my client and the victim that were arguing? You were there, weren't you? You had to have heard them too. Every witness we talked to knew it was them. Well... Your Honor, it's clear that the defense is playing devil's advocate. Even he should have recognized their voices. Well, they've got you there. Their argument must have turned ugly because the defendant killed the victim using her magic sword. Okay, I think this is where we present the evidence, because the sword should be a normal sword. I don't know, I haven't checked it yet. Yeah, it has no magical properties. Easy. Objection! Objection. Commander White, you testified that the victim was killed using the defendant's magical sword. Am I correct? Yeah, it's pretty obvious when you look at the crime scene. I think I'd actually have to disagree with you on that. The defendant's sword couldn't have possibly been the murder weapon. What are you talking about, kid? The sword was inside his body. Of course, that's what killed him. That may be the case, but take a look at the autopsy report. It states that the fatal wound has heavy traces of magic. So how would a non-magical sword leave traces of magic on the body? What? To leave a trace like that, the wound would have had to have been created with something magical. My client's sword may look fancy and expensive, but it is entirely mundane. That doesn't make a lick of sense. If the sword didn't kill him, then why was it in the body? Yes, I find that quite strange as well. Well, there's only one reasonable explanation, Your Honor. The wound was created magically and someone shoved the sword into the wound afterward. The hell are you talking about? The defendant is a damn mage. She could have easily killed the victim using magic. That may be, Commander, but why would she kill the victim using magic and then stab him with her sword? She would just be incriminating herself. Yeah, that's right. Nice one, Tyrion. No, if anything, this series of events proves one thing. Someone used magic to kill the victim, and then pushed my client's sword into the wound to frame him. Oh, what do you have, Arya? Don't get ahead of yourself. What? Your Honor. Your Honor. The defense is trying to spin the facts in his favor. He claims that a third party committed the crime and used the sword to frame the defendant, but wouldn't the simpler explanation be this? Magic was being channeled through the sword at the time of death. That is what left the magical trace on the body. Commander, please tell the defense how the murder was committed using magic. What? Alright. I think I see where you are going with this. Witness testimony. Okay. It's true that the sword itself isn't magical, but magic can still be channeled through it. That defendant over there, her spell compendium has a spell called Mage Blade. She must have used it on her sword before stabbing the victim. That spell is the reason why there were traces of transmutation magic on the wound. So her spell compendium contains a spell called Mage Blade. Spell Compendium is a magical device that lists every spell a mage can cast. Luckily, Celeste's Compendium only contains one spell. That means she can only cast that one spell. Celeste, do you have your Spell Compendium with you? No, I left it at the tavern after. Well, you know, you can look at the description of Mage Blade. You'll have to approach this another way. The commander's testimony was a lot vaguer this time. If you can press his statement, you might be able to find new information that you can use against him. Okay, another tutorial, I guess. We need to press, yeah, add some correct statement. Yeah, it's true that the sword itself isn't magical, but magic can still be channeled through it. Are you saying that my client used a spell and channeled it through her sword? There are a vast number of spells that operate like that. Spells from the School of Transmutation are almost always channeled through an object. The Jeveraven over there, her spell compendium has a spell called Mage Blade. Mage Blade is a transmutation spell that sharpens my sword. I usually use it when I need to cut through enemies' plate armor. You are killing people? What the hell, Celeste? You didn't realize that she led such a lethal lifestyle, yeah. But anyways, wouldn't it be excessive for the defendant to use spell like that on the victim? He wasn't wearing any kind of armor at the time of that. The victim and the defendant were in an intense argument. Perhaps he used the spell in a fit of rage. It was a crime of passion after all. Ugh, that theory is a little far-fetched, but you'll need hard evidence if you want to disprove it. She must have used it on her sword before stabbing the victim, okay? Why would you go on trouble on doing that? Her sword alone would have been enough to commit the murder. Mages are always looking for an excuse to throw their power around. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Isn't that just your own personal bias, Commander? We don't need to understand why the defendant did what she did. The fact of the matter is that magic was present at the crime. Do you have any evidence on the contrary? You don't. Yet. That spell is the reason why there were traces of transmutation magic on the wall. If she used a spell like that, wouldn't that have created traces on magic on the ground? Also, well, let's say we follow the prosecution's theory. That would mean that the victim fell to the ground with the sword still inside. At this point, Mage Blade would still be active, right? It would definitely leave magical trace on the ground after making physical contact. We are already way ahead of it. We had our people scan the crime scene, and we found traces of transmutation magic right under the body, just like you said. Oh, if you still don't believe me, I have a picture of crime scene right here. Oh, why was this picture not brought to my attention? There was no need. Why is she smiling like she is doing something bad? This entire case is open and shut. A picture of Flintheart McCoy after he was murdered. You've seen pictures of that before, but it feels different now that the body is someone you knew. Aha. It looks like there are traces of magic underground. How do we know there are traces of magic underground? But this shape is a little weird, isn't it? Where is it? Oh, Arya realized something. You can see it right in this photo. She killed him with a stab from the front. Right, this photo does show that he was stabbed from the front. Why do you feel like there's something wrong with this picture? This would be a lot easier if you knew the parameters of Mage Blade. Perhaps you can get him to add statements or evidence to his testimony. The only thing you can do now is press his statement. I think I already pressed everything. Let's see the photo. Yeah, what's wrong with this? Also, how is this sword how they hold this sword? I mean, is Celeste holding it like a gun or something? The sword looks a bit weird. Okay, I don't get what's wrong with this photo. Let's see spell, we don't have anything. Let's see Arya. Oh, Arya has an evocation arcane art, okay. Bodyguard. Knight. Should we press everything again? Okay, I think the contradiction is that the sword doesn't touch the ground, I guess. Oh, it's the... Can I press this? Let's see if I press this. Yeah, there's something wrong with the picture. Okay, I think we just present an evidence here with the picture. So the idea is that the body is sideways. How do I this?
Objection!
Objection! This photo is wrong. It's clear that the witness testimony is contradictory. No, it's a wrong one. Let me save. If this is the real as attorney, yeah, I would lose 1 HP or something. Okay, I'm a bit lost here. What's wrong with this picture? Is there something that I need to... Yeah, is there something wrong with the bottle? I don't think so either. What's wrong with this picture? Let's see. Ah, that's the contradiction. The victim was stabbed from behind. Present. Autopsy report.
Objection!
That's a bit mistake for me. I'm sorry, Commander White, but it seems that you've presented another glaring contradiction. Oh yeah, and what's that? You said that my client stabbed the victim from the front? Am I correct? Yeah, you can see it plain in that picture, so where is your contradiction? That's the thing, Commander. Your picture clearly shows that the victim was stabbed from the front. But the autopsy report says that he died from a stab from behind.
Objection!
What? Objection! Orim, you were supposed to release everything that you had. Why wasn't this photo given to me? There was no need, there was no way it could have been anyone other than that damn mage. You wouldn't be able to cover up such blatant incompetence. Have them right where you want them. Order in the court. Mr. Cuthbert, what was the meaning of this? I'll tell you what the meaning behind this, Your Honor. As the autopsy report states, the victim died from a stab wound originating from his back. This photo clearly shows that the sword entered from his front. this can only mean one thing: the sword was inserted to the wound after the fatal wound had already been created. That's crazy. Do you honestly expect us to believe that? Then please enlighten me, Commander White. How else would the sword be facing the opposite way? Do you think my client stabbed the victim with the hilt of her sword? I didn't think so. What really happened is clear. The real murderer struck the sword through victim's wound to implicate my client, but they made a careless mistake and stuck the sword through the opposite side. It appears that I underestimate you, Mr. Cuthbert, but you've still gotten ahead of yourself. Oh so, really, Miss Stillwind? I believe that Mr. Cuthbert has adequately cast doubt on your case. Oh, did he? Then let me ask you one question, Mr. Cuthbert. If your client didn't kill Flintheart McCoy, then who did? How should I know? If I'm not mistaken, it's the commander's job to figure that out. Nice. Oh, I am well aware that the commander's incompetence, but one fact still stands. There was magic detected on the wand and the sword. Would you like for me to tell you how many mages live in that small town? I don't like where she's going with this. Just one. There is only one registered mage in that entire town, and that mage is your defendant. Oh, no, you didn't say that. The defendant was also established to have been with the victim hours before his death. She was the last known person with him, and she was the only mage. In addition to that, I have several witnesses who heard them arguing. How she murdered the victim is simply an unanswered question. I see, that certainly does change matters. I can't say the prosecution evidence is irrefutable, but there is still evidence that casts guilt upon the defendant. Well, in our justice system, if it's not proven, you can give, if there is no hard evidence or something, I think you can give a benefit of doubt until it's proven. I forgot what was the law, but it stated that you should give favor to the defendant first, unless it's proven otherwise. Damn it, you almost had them. There are far too many unanswered questions for me to pass up further. We will give law enforcement time to clear this unknowns. I suggest that they conduct their investigation more thoroughly this time. We will resume the trial tomorrow morning. Court is adjourned. Okay, we survived one day. Okay? Hello, Cuthbert. As you walk out of the courtroom with Celeste, you are greeted by Mr. Mora. Mr. Mora, you are here. You recall how you froze up during the first cross-examination. You feel a little ashamed that your mentor saw all of that. Well, at the end of the day, you were able to pull it together, and once you did that, you performed adequately. On that note, I wanted to give you this. Celeste's spell compendium has been added to your notes. Mage's Blade. For the duration of this spell, the edges of this object, usually blade, become unnaturally sharp, making it more effective at slashing through tough material. While under the effects of this spell, the object emits a yellow radiant glow. The target object must be no longer larger than a 5 feet cube. Okay. A spell compendium. I swiped it from the dining area before the Inquisition arrived. I thought it'd be best for you to have it. So this is your spell compendium, and it only has one spell, Mage Blade. This means that the prosecution has to prove that Celeste used that specific spell. It will restrict how they approach this case, which gives you an edge over them, but that prosecutor is really something else. You mean Prosecutor Stillwind? You can still remember her ripping glare. It gives you chill just thinking about it. You wouldn't even know it, but this was also her first trial. Oh, what? Really? I thought that her inexperience would make for a good first opponent. That girl. She's a natural in the courtroom. Makes me wonder why a Stillwind would choose to become an attorney in the first place. What do you mean? The Stillwinds are a powerful noble house. Of the noble families, they are one of the few who answer directly to the king. Most members of their house take high-ranking position in the kingdom's military, so it's a bit strange that she chose to become a prosecutor despite that. Stillwind, I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. In any case, it's best that you focus on the trial. You have about a day until court resumes. Right, now that I have time, I'd like to ask you some questions, Celeste. Namely about that argument you had with your father. Oh, you see the bailiff staring dagger at Celeste. It looks like they are waiting to take her back to her cell. Whatever question you have for her will have to wait. I should probably go. Celeste walks away while avoiding eye contact with you. Bringing up her argument with Flintheart may have struck a nerve. I will also use this opportunity to investigate the crime scene. I wouldn't be surprised if the Inquisition missed something. You utterly embarrassed them today. Don't expect them to make the same mistake twice. Right, there are still a lot of things we don't know about. As much as I had to admit it, your skill of deduction far surpassed mine. Anyone can figure out what really happened that night, it's you. Okay, it's now we entering the episode 1-3. The Cold Heart Aristocrat. Excuse me. You arrive back at the McCoy Tavern. Luckily for you, the Inquisition set up a teleportation circle for you to use. With that circle, you could magically teleport between the capital and the crime scene instantaneously. It is definitely miles better than having to travel by carriage. Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? Commander White takes notice of you as you enter the tavern. It looks like he is working with a team of knights to investigate the crime scene. I am the defense attorney in this case. I have just as much right to investigate this crime scene as you. Yeah, whatever. Just remember, I got my eye on you. This looks like we are trying to run away. Talk. Question. I was wondering if I could ask you some question about the case. As if I had to help the likes of you. I saw who your boss is and I know what you are up to, which probably sent you here to con me. What? I'm just looking for some information. A likely story. He was cooperative before when he let you see Celeste. Why is he being so stubborn now? Is he angry that you embarrassed him in court today? In any case, you won't get anywhere at this rate. If you want his help, you will need to persuade him through an argument. Psychological profile is helped to prepare before starting an argument with someone. Talk to Orib or present items to him to build psychological profile for him. If you successfully fill the profile gauge, you will receive more information during any arguments against him. Okay? Let's present. Spellbook. No profiles. Why don't I ask about the McCoy? What do you think about this? I don't know what you expect me to say. Okay, let's just examine. Crime scene, no. The photo, or maybe this one. Or maybe the lights. There's a lot of things we can examine. Let's start with the lights or whatever that is. There is a modern-looking lamp mounted on the wall. It's a lamp powered by artificery. I don't know what that is. I didn't expect to find something this sophisticated in a town like this. Bah, artificery is just another form of magic. Actually, artificery draws from surrounding ley lines too. I didn't ask for a science lesson, kid. Anyway, look where the artificery got this folk. The Arcane power cell broke and they haven't had any power for weeks. Yep, nothing can beat good old oil and flame. That's true. The McCoy Inn is outfitted with several lamps powered by artificery. However, the Arcane power cell has been broken for weeks and the lamps can't be turned on. What is this? Yeah. It's a painting of a mage and there is some text. Smala Dahlia, a legendary practitioner of the Arcane arts, he mysteriously disappeared one day. It's rumored that he was developing a formula for a new transmutation spell. However, he was reckless in casting the spell and Dalian quickly lost control of its magic. His body was never found. Many speculate that he didn't actually die during the accident, but if that's true, where did he end up? Yeah. Sounds like a cautionary tale against using magic. That might explain why Flintheart keeps it in his tavern. Who is this one? It's a painting of a man in a suit. There is some text on it. Adam F5, politician of the pedantic. I've heard of this guy. He's some kind of politician from one of the nations west of here. I heard he's pretty much a shoo-in to win whatever election they have going on there. An election? Was Flintheart studying democracies for his little revolution? Oh, there is a check mark after we examine the stuff, so that's nice. The Inquisition lit some candles, but there is a magical lamp right here. I wonder why they are not using those instead. Okay, let's see this one. What is that? There's a broken bottle on the floor. It's shattered close to the chalk outline of the bottle. The label has the words Lotus Juice on it. I've never heard of that brand before. Must be variety. Okay, let's check the crime location. Excuse me. Okay, this is probably where Flintheart died. The outline matches the picture that the Inquisition took. Nothing seems out of place here. I think we have checked everything. Sorry, talking a lot hurt my throat or something. Yeah. I think we will close the game before the second trial start. I will continue tomorrow, I guess. How long did we stream already? 1 hour? Oh yeah, it's 1 hour. Yeah, I will stop the stream when we are about to enter the next trial. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's move. Oh, we can go to the upstairs. Cool. If people keep seeing you here, they'll start to asking questions. Leave the investigation to me. All you have to do is stay quiet until the trial is over. While heading upstairs, you spot the prosecutor having a conversation with someone. They seem to be in some kind of argument. Enough! I will do as I see fit. Maybe I still win, but this is my land. Oh, sorry. Oh, you are that defense attorney from the trial. I am. I'm sorry, but who? Oh, how rude of me. My name is Lord Garrick Pierce, the ruling noble of this land. As the ruling noble, I suppose I should thank you for playing your role in the current trial. As misguided as it may be, I suppose that you also think my client is guilty? It doesn't matter what I think. This entire scandal has done nothing but rile up the common folk. Magic is a gift for the nobility and the nobility alone. It is a symbol of the aristocracy and our divine right to rule. Now that bastard child has tainted that symbol in the public eye. All of that has nothing to do with her. She's just an innocent woman who got wrapped up in all of this. Even if she is innocent, the charges have been laid and made public. Someone must take the fall, lest the public accuse the justice system of corruption. So you are saying that she could be found guilty even if she is innocent. What do you suppose will happen if she is acquitted? All the public will see is a mage going free despite a myriad of evidence. That alone would be enough to cause public outrage. Tension between the aristocracy and the common folk are high enough as is. What is one insignificant girl when compared to the stability of our great kingdom? That's enough. Stop antagonizing him, Pierce. I can reboot what he said, but I don't agree with it. What? The system should be based on truth and justice, not on public opinion. Then why are you working against my client? Do you honestly think she's the kind of person that would kill her father? It doesn't matter what kind of person she appears to be. The evidence clearly points to her as the only possible killer. You should fight according to your own ideals. Just as I will fight for mine. It's hard to get a read on that woman. Examine. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms we can examine, or 5 actually. Oh, there's 2 things here. Several doors lead to guest room. Okay, what is this? There are some candles lighting up the hallway. They look like they used to be a part of the old architecture. Okay, nothing here, nothing here. This one. There is a door at the end of the hallway. It looks like it's seen used some recently. We tried to open the door, but it seems to be locked. Perhaps someone might have a key to open it. Someone, huh? Let's move. Inquisition Barracks, Rotholm Courthouse. Okay, let's go to the courthouse. Maybe someone is here. Oh, Cuthbert, you're back home. Sorry, I guess I'm just a little lost about where to go next. Well, I suppose I can give you some guidance this time. Assistance. Sometimes it helps to speak with someone about the investigation. One character will almost always be able to assist you. You can speak with them about the investigation or ask them where to go next. Right now, Ruby Timura is assisting you, but who knows, maybe someone else might help you in the future. Okay, let's start. The investigation. You haven't really found anything, have you? Sorry, I just thought I'd check with you first. I can't always hold your hand, Cuthbert. You need to move the crime scene. You need to move to the crime scene and look for evidence that you can use. I haven't found anything. Where should I go next, Mr. Mura? Well, you haven't really gone anywhere. You should really head to the crime scene. Right, of course, I already do that. I only found that Orim something, Orim White. Oh. Let's see, Orim, yeah, McCoy Town. What? Oh yeah, let's go to it. Is there anything that I haven't examined yet? Oh, there is one thing there. Ah, it's gone. I think it's a bug, yeah. Yeah, we've checked everything and we didn't find anything. This is a technique that I use in Danganronpa to search for things that I can click by waving the cursor left and right. Yeah, looks like there's nothing to find. So I get that the next, Let's talk about the Inquisition. Everyone's in a blue one, okay? You must have an easy job then. You got that right. The only reason we exist is to clean up the nobility's messes. He doesn't seem happy about that, okay? Mage, Commander White, you seem to speak negatively about my client's magic. Do you have a personal grudge against Mage? You're damn right I do. Whoa, he didn't even try to deny it. If you had any sense, you would too. All a mage has to do is wave their hands, say some magic nonsense, then you suddenly have a dead body on the ground. And don't get me started on mage blight. Some noble use their magic too much, they end up snapping and going on a rampage. I don't know if this is going too far, but why join the Inquisition if you hate mages so much? Considering the fact that my job is to sweep the nobility's crime under the rug? Sorry, I didn't mean to insinuate. Nope, you have the right of it. Anytime a noble is involved in a case, I'm ordered to look the other way. You don't seem very happy about that. Why would you stay in this line of work? Because every once in a while, I'm allowed to put a criminal mage behind bars. You can't go after nobles but any other mage is fair games. Or at least they were before your boss showed up. Oh, your boss? Does he have something against Mr. Mora? So I just need to talk to increase the psychological profile. I have to ask that something happened between you and Mr. Mora. Mr. Mora, what are you, her lackey or something? No, actually she's my guardian. Oh, didn't know she even had a... Look kid, I don't know what the deal is between you two, but no good will ever come from associating with her. This is about the rumors, isn't it? Throughout the years, there have been several insidious rumors surrounding Mr. Mora. She's been accused of forgery, blackmail, and all manner of illegal activities. It's clearly misinformation spread by the nobility to discredit her. She's always been fine with it, but you can't help but get angry on her behalf. It's more than just rumors. I've seen it for myself that the woman is evil, kid. She defends mages who don't have protection of the nobility. She's not evil, she's a hero. Yeah, whatever. Orim White's psychological profile is complete. Okay, let's do argument. Commander White seems unusually hostile towards you, and you have a feeling it's not just because you embarrassed him in court today. If you can clear up this misunderstanding, you might be able to convince him to help you. Yeah, let's do an argument, bro. Argument. Alright, I'm just going to come out and say it. Do you have a problem with me, Commander White? You should know exactly what my problem is with you. I saw where you work. Do I have to spell it out for you? Maybe tomorrow is a crook lawyer, or does your boss not tell you what he gets up to? Allocution in arguments. Arguments are not always fought using hard evidence. Sometimes you need to allocute to convince your opponent that their claim is wrong. But for an allocution, choose from one of three possible responses. The correct response can be gleaned from reading your opponent's psychological profile. Okay. Commander White is stubborn and stuck in his way. He seems to have grudge against Victor Mora and will react negatively if you try to defend him. However, he will respect you if you defend yourself against personal attack. Okay. Victor Mora is a crook lawyer. Rational, so regardless of what Mr. Mora has done, I am the one heading this case. It doesn't matter how you feel about me and Mr. Mora. What matters is my client deserves a fair trial with fair representation. Yeah, that's right. All I'm trying to do is give that to her. I've seen that woman do all kinds of shady shit in the case I've worked. Forgery, bribery, blackmail, you name it. You're just another crook. I'll bet you're just the same, a successor for the devil of defense attorney. Forgery, bribery, blackmail, have you seen me doing any of those things? Because all I've done so far is point out the mistake you did. Look kid, I like nothing more than to believe you, but after everything I've seen her do, I know better. I have no reason to trust you. Anyone taught by that woman can't be anything more than a crook. You have no proof that she's a crook, and you don't have you seen me engage in any crook behavior? Her way of teaching me was ruthless, I'll give you that. But the only thing that she taught me was how to practice law. Have you seen me engage in any crook-like behavior? Argument 1, okay. We win. You just want some info, right? Yes, that's all I'm asking for. Alright, I'll answer your question. Just don't make me regret this. You have successfully persuaded Orim White. That's all. Murder weapon. This probably goes without saying, but I don't believe that the sword is murder weapon. Right, I guess you have to prove that someone else put the sword there. Did the Inquisition find anything suspicious on the scene? If you are asking if we found another bloody weapon lying around, we definitely didn't. That would be a little too convenient, wouldn't it? But let's say that the girl really is being framed. If there was another murder weapon, the killer probably walked out with it. Do you think they could have hidden it somewhere in the tavern? Doubt it. After the trials, Tailwind turned the place upside down and scanned it with her magic. If someone did hide a murder weapon here, they hid it well. Or they hid it in plain sight. sorry mistake. I can't believe you made such obvious mistake during your investigation. Oh, shut it with that. I already got a careful with Steelwind about that mess. Well, you don't have to worry about me mucking things up. Steelwind basically taken over the entire investigation. Wait, does she have the authority to do that? Normally she wouldn't, but I know better than to go against orders from a noble. Right, there's definitely a strange power dynamic between them. But honestly, that girl sweets the details too much. She even had my man drop a scale map of the crime scene. Wait, really? Do you have a copy? Sure, knock yourself out. Don't know how much good it will do to you. Okay. Last one, Arya Steelwind. I heard that this was Prosecutor Steelwind's first fight. She must be pretty talented if that is true. A pain in my ass is what she is. That damn noble comes in here telling me how to do my job? Honestly, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what she's even doing in this line of work. I heard that she's from a renowned noble house. She must be a pretty powerful mage. Ha, powerful is an understatement. Any one of the Steelwinds could turn this entire town into a glass crater. What? There is no way that's true, right? I think you found everything that you can here, but what does it all mean? There is no murder weapon to be found, and there is no obvious evidence of another person at the scene. Hey, you okay? You got quiet all of a sudden. Alright, just focus. Close your eyes and let everything else disappear from the world. Hey, you listening? So there's no clear evidence pointing to that other killer. There is, however, evidence pointing to how Flintheart moved before his death. What can we tell about how Flintheart died? There is no blood trail leading to or from the body. What does this imply about the location of Flintheart? Flintheart. What can we tell about how Flintheart died? Flintheart. What is this? What should I do here? Flintheart. The killer attacked Flintheart before. What the hell is this? Sorry, the arrow moved weirdly. If I push up, it should be Celeste that goes up, but instead, it's the killer. I mean, this is a bit counterintuitive, but it's not counterintuitive actually. If I press down, it chooses the one that is on the bottom row. So yeah, it will become Celeste, but usually it would scroll, not something like this. It's but it's okay. There's a weird system choice there, but I think it's still okay. Flintheart didn't move after the murder. No, there was no blood trail where Flintheart's body is. Yeah, during the murder. Flintheart died where he was attacked. Didn't move from his position at all. Yeah, I guess you're right. There's also the autopsy report, which says he died from a stab from behind. He was probably caught off guard and was too incapacitated to move anywhere else. That means the attack happened at the exact position he fell over. There's also a shattered bottle of lotus juice. How did the bottle shatter? The killer threw a sword for the attack. No, Flintheart died at the exact location where the attack happened. And he found the shattered bottle next to her body. Flintheart must be holding it at some point. So the sword during the attack. Flintheart dropped the bottle during the before the attack. Okay, so during the attack, I guess. From that, we can infer that he was holding it the moment before he was attacked. Shattered bottle lotus juice has been updated in your notes. What's so strange about one bottle though? It may seem like an insignificant detail, but that detail could help me infer other elements of what happened during the murder. Right, there's also the fact that the artificial lights were out. Were these candles here when you arrived at the crime scene, Orin? No, we had to light some so we could see the crime scene properly. We thought it was weird too. The girl and her father must have had their argument in pitch black darkness. What can we infer about the state of the crime scene? So they didn't light any candles to make up for the broken lights. The crime scene had no lightning during the murder. Broken power cell has been updated in your notes. The argument that Celeste had with Flintheart must have been spontaneous. They weren't planning to have a conversation in this room. This darkness, Flintheart wouldn't have a lot of visibility. If he was stabbed from behind, he probably didn't see it coming. He was clearly surprised and was probably in too much shock to run away. Also the bottle may seem insignificant, but he was holding it when he was attacked. Maybe he was pouring a drink for himself, or maybe it was for a visitor. Either way, the assailant must have been unseen by Flintheart. Kid, or the assailant attacked him from his blind spot while his back was turned. Why would his back be turned though? Was he distracted by something? Kid, what? What was that all about? Sorry, sometimes I just get lost in my own thoughts. Yeah, well, cut it out. You're freaking me out. Right. Anyways, you think you found everything you can here. You should move somewhere else. Okay, let's move. Inquisition Barracks. You return to the cell that Celeste Bay kept in. The ambient despair in the air fills your mind like a horrendous stench. You do your best to ignore the emotions of the other prisoners, but you haven't had much practice blocking out these many people. As you arrive, you see Celeste huddled down in a corner. As soon as she sees you, her dormood seems to lift, if only for a moment. Excuse me. Oh, hi, Mr. Cuthbert. There is no need to address me so formally, just call me Tyrion. Okay. Anyways, I came here to ask you some question about the case. Right. The trial. I'm sorry for freezing up like that. I almost lost us in the trial. No, there's no need to apologize. You did great. But it was only thanks to her. If she hadn't calmed you down, who knows what would have happened. But I still don't understand that. Why were there traces of magic on my dad's body? Right, those traces of magic were on the sword and the bone. Magical traces are particles of magical residue that are left behind when a mage casts a spell. They only linger around for 48 hours. And that gives you a rough timeline of when and where a spell is cast. Did you cast Mage Blade on your sword that day? I did. I cast it when I trained during the morning. That's explain why there was a trace on the sword at least. Did the trace on my sword leave the magical trace on my dad's body? No, magical traces can't be moved around physically. For a spell to leave a trace, it has to be active when physical contact is made. Really, what does that mean then? Whatever killed your father had a transmutation spell active on it at the time. The magical trace on your sword was just unlucky coincidence. I can't believe this. Okay. Flintheart McCoy, could you tell me more about your father? Sorry, I know this must be difficult after everything that's happened. No, it's okay. If it helps you, I'll try my best to answer your question. Were you too close? We were. I'm sure you know this by now. But I was adopted by him and my mom. But even though I didn't have their blood, they treated me as if I did. He loved me with all his heart until what? Does this have something to do with the argument that they had? The argument. I'm sorry to say this, but I could hear your argument from my room that night. Could you tell me about what happened? For as long as I can remember, my dad has hated mages. I'm not sure why, but if you even mention magic around him, he'd fly into a rage. So I hid my magic from my family. But why even learn magic in the first place? If you really wanted to, you could have gone your whole life without using it. Ever since our tavern closed, my family's been in a lot of debt. I decided to become a mercenary and use magic to enhance my ability to fight. Most magics are in the nobility, so people will pay a lot for a sellsword who can use magic. So that's why she's a mercenary. But I know now, learning magic was the biggest mistake I've ever made. On that night, my dad found my spell compendium. When he confronted me about it, I finally came clean to him. That's when he flew into another of his rage. He shouted at me. He told me that I'd betrayed him and his family. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine how that must have felt. I deserve every bit of it. I knew how much he hated magic, but I learned to use it anyways. He showed me so much love and I just threw it all away. Don't say that. I'm sure he still loved me. No, I could see it in his eye. He hated me and he died hating me. You feel a sharp pain in your chest as you see it now. Yeah, that's hurting. We need to resolve this, her feelings somehow, but I don't know how to do that. So, there's a lock room in the tavern. It's at the very end of the hallway upstairs. The Inquisition probably searched it already, but I just wanted to investigate it to make sure. A lock room at the end of the hallway? I think that's my room, okay. Do you know how I could get in there? It's the only room in the tavern that I haven't investigated. Yeah, she is angry. You feel a suspicious gaze from Celeste. What's that to look for? I'm your lawyer, I'm not going to do anything weird. Sorry, you're right. Here, you can use this key to get inside. Oh, we got Celeste's bedroom key. Do we have anything to talk? No, let's move on. Oh, we can immediately go into the bedroom. Alright. Wasn't that... Yeah, this was the same... Okay, so the room seems to have same structure as our room. I mean, you remember that I pointed out something triangle on the left side, right? On the darkness. And there is something on the right side. This is exactly the same. If you turn off the light, it will be this... Yeah, it will be the exact same picture. Either they use the same picture or... Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use just a black picture for that, but yeah, that's interesting. Maybe we was wandering into Celeste's room without us knowing or something at that time? I'm not sure. However, you startled when you noticed that someone else is already inside. Oh, who is this? Celeste's mother? I've already told you knights everything that I know. What more do you... Oh, aren't you Celeste's attorney? I am. Who are you? Oh, how rude of me. I'm Julian McCoy. I'm Celeste's mother. Where are you all this time, mother? I was at the trial this morning. I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done for my daughter. So this is Celeste's mother. She might be able to tell you more about Flintheart. About that, do you mind if I ask you some questions for my investigation? Of course, I will do anything I can to help. Celeste McCoy, can you tell me more about Celeste? How did she become part of your family? It all happened many years ago, back when the McCoy Tavern was still open. We were closing one night when we found a baby with white hair abandoned in the dining area. We waited weeks for her parent to come by, but no one ever come looking for her. And that baby was Celeste? Yes, Flintheart and I always wanted a child. I thought that Celeste must have been a gift from the Scaled Lord. But one day I saw Celeste practicing her magic. I think that's when I realized that someone from nobility must have abandoned her at our inn. I didn't care though, I love her all the same. I'm sure Flintheart did too. Wait, you knew that she was a mage all this time? I did. You haven't known her very long, but she's a terrible liar. Flintheart must have noticed too, but I think that he didn't want to believe me. It's my fault, I should have forced him to see the truth. Can you tell me why your husband hates mages so much? I understand that most people dislike the nobility and associate magic with them. But on that night, it's like he was furious at Celeste specifically because she was a mage. Oh, you must have talked to Celeste. I wasn't there when their argument happened, but I can only imagine what he said to her. Do you know what happened to him? Why does he hate magic so much? Celeste doesn't know about this, but years ago, Flintheart had a sister named Effie. When we were all children, we were friends with a boy named Garrick Pierce. He was the son of the ruling noble at the time. Garrick Pierce, isn't that the nobleman that was speaking with Stelwyn earlier? We were all inseparable at the time. He would always sneak into town and play with us against his family's wishes. They probably weren't too happy about that. He was quite rebellious back then. But he's a completely different person now. But everything changed when Garrick began learning how to use magic. One day when we were playing together, he wanted to show off the spell that he'd learned. He was told not to use his magic without his instructor there, but he was just too excited. He began casting his spells, but something went terribly wrong. He lost control of his magic and fatally wounded Effie. We tried bringing her back into town, but by that time, it was too late. She was already gone. I'm sorry, that must have been traumatizing for all of you. The next day, the Arcane Inquisition came to investigate what happened. House Pierce used their connections to cover up what happened. They even threatened Flintheart's family into keeping quiet. After that, the official story was that Effie has been mauled by a wall. That's not surprising, the nobility seldom take responsibility for their action, even for a mistake like that. Flintheart's sister has been added to your notes. Okay. Something changed in Flintheart after that. He began speaking out against the nobility. Eventually, he started hosting rallies in this very tavern. Each night, more and more people began listening to his words and joining his cause. The number of people that he'd gotten under his banner was terrifying. There was even talk about an outright revolution against the king. That might explain why someone would go out of their way to kill him. I knew how much danger he was putting himself in, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't convince him to stop. He said that it didn't even begin to change until we adopt Celeste. Flintheart and Celeste. I spoke with Celeste earlier. She thinks that her father hated her because she was a mage. There is no way he would ever feel that way. He loved her more than anything in the world. No matter what he said to her that night, nothing would ever change that. After seeing them together, you figured as much. Celeste was the world to him. When we adopted her, it was the first time in decades that I'd seen him genuinely happy. He must have been really close. They must have been really close, so more than anything. Do you want to hear a story? Celeste had just returned from the travels. She wouldn't stop talking about this foreign drink that she loved. I think it was called lotus juice or something strange like that. Well, Flintheart did everything he could to have it shipped here. He called in a bunch of favors with some of his revolutionary friends. But in the end, he was only able to get a single bottle of it. Is it really that rare? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if it were the only bottle of lotus juice in the region. Wait a minute, lotus juice? Is this the bottle that Flintheart bought? You show her a picture of the shattered bottle that you found next to Flintheart's body. It is! Oh no, he was going to surprise her with it. I found the broken pieces next to Flintheart's. Well, I found them in the dining area. That's strange. We'd been keeping it in our room so she wouldn't find it. Really? When was the last time you saw it? Right before I left the house. That was right before their big argument. So it wasn't just lying around in the bar. decided to retrieve it after the argument. Shattered bottle of lotus juice has been updated in the notes. Alright, you think you've investigated everything you can for. So we got that the bottle juice is shattered, right? So there will be a piece of glasses there. It will be our hard evidence. That will be our evidence. Someone must someone must been stepped onto it, and we will find it somewhere in someone's clothes, and that person will be our culprit. There is one question that I still don't know. Where is she going at that this woman, Jolie? Where is she going? Why is she leaving the house? Let's go. But there is still one last thing you need to do. You ready yourself for one last conversation with Celeste. Okay. Oh, you're back. Did you forget something? Actually, there is one last thing I wanted to talk to you about. Earlier you said something that I just can't let you know. You said your father died hating you. But after everything I heard about him, I don't think that's true. Your father loved you, Celeste, even in his final moments. You desperately want to reach her. If she keeps believing that he hates her, that thought will eat away at her for the rest of her life. You know that better than anyone. He's just lying to make me feel better. But it looks like it won't be that simple. You'll need to win an argument against her if you want her to see the truth. Yeah, let's do the argument. Yeah, let's start this. Argument. So, I know you're just trying to make me feel better, and I really do appreciate it. But everyone knows that my father hated mages. He always hated magic. There is no reason behind it. Province. Not this one. Where is it? There was testimony. This one. I don't know if it's my place to say this, but there's a reason why your father hated magic so much. What? When Flintheart was a child, he had a younger sister. She was tragically killed by a mage decades ago. That's why he had such immense hatred for magic. But that doesn't change anything. That's all the more reason for him to have hated me. It was selfish of me to learn magic. Magic killed someone he loved. No wonder he was furious. Okay, I don't know what I can, what I can give. What was the argument again? It was selfish of me to learn magic. Now you learn magic to support the family. You learn it to save your family after your tavern was shut down. You're a good person, Celeste. Okay? Just shut up. Shut up! Just stop it! Whatever composure she had before is slowly breaking down. You weren't there! You didn't hear what he said to me. In his final moment, he could only think of how I betrayed him. Now, Celeste, he had this freaking bottle. Take a look at this picture, Celeste. What, a shattered bottle? Wait, is that a bottle of lotus juice? Do you know where I found this? On the floor of your family's inn. What? That can't be true. I tried to find it here, but no one sells it in Wyvern Guard. Your father knew how much you love this drink. He called in a few favors just so he could have it imported for you. What? He did that? Your father didn't hate you, Celeste. He loved you more than anything. That doesn't change anything. If he did all, for me it was before he knew about my secret. I'm sure he never have done that if he knew the truth. That's not true at all. What the hell would you know about him? You barely even knew him. How could you possibly know how he felt about me? Don't you think I want to believe that he still loved me before he died? But I know the truth. There is no way he could ever forgive me for what I did. It's not just the fact that he bought that drink for you. It's also where the bottle was when it shattered. What do you mean? Your mother said that the bottle was stored in her room before your argument. but I found the shattered bottle in the lobby where his body was. I ran into him before I went to look for you. He was going upstairs to his room. That can only mean one thing. He went to retrieve the bottle after your argument ended. What? Why would he have it? It's because he was going to give it to you, Celestine. He was going to give you a gift to apologize for what he said to you. He was going to apologize? Your father loved you, Celestine. And as tragic as it is, he was going to try apologize to you before he was murdered. I don't like this. My daughter working as a mercenary, of all things. Come on, Dad. You knew I could handle myself. I don't doubt it, but you still shouldn't have to risk your neck for our sakes. They closed the inn, Dad. We won't be able to survive unless I do this. Just be careful, okay? I don't know what I'd do if anything happened to you. No matter what anyone says, you are our daughter, and we'll love you till the day we die. Dad, how could I ever think of that? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Dad. Celeste had barely been keeping it together throughout the whole argument, but her realization is finally causing her to break down. She begins crying loudly as she quickly embraces you. This cold, dark place. She probably hadn't felt warmth of any kind for days. You are caught off guard and feel a little embarrassed, but you comfort her while she vents her emotion. Alright, we finished the argument, so I think that's the end for this this part, I guess. Are you feeling better? Yeah, I think I'm okay now. I've been thinking such horrible things this entire time. She looks at you and gives you a warm smile. It's probably the first time you've seen her genuinely smile since this whole ordeal started. Thank you. But is everything really going to be okay? I'll make sure. I'll get justice for you and your father. It doesn't matter who stands in my way. Even if they are a man, king or god. You are completely different now. What happened to the nervous wreck from before? Ah, please forget about that. Giggle. Anyway, take some time to rest. The trial is going to resume soon. With that, you've done everything you can for now. You've learned a lot about what happened the night of the murder. You just hope it's enough. But even with your investigation, you still don't know what the prosecution has planned. So yeah, that's the... Oh, it's not ending. We still have another scene here with Arya still winning. Has Pierce told you all of the details, Mr. Rudolph? Okay, so Mr. Rudolph will shown on the trial tomorrow. Will you remember them? Yes, I pride myself on my eidetic memory. Just so there are no misunderstandings, I did not approve of this. You said it yourself, Lady Stillwind. Oh, okay, so this is the Garrick Pierce. We can see that he can use transmutation arcane art. Okay, it has to be the bastard child. We don't know what sort of tricks Ruby Timora might pull up tomorrow. Just see this as a way of securing a just verdict. Alright, we will save here. And I guess that will be the game for today. Yeah, so that was quite alright. I could say that I enjoy playing it, but yeah, it's been a long time since I played visual novel and reading stuff this much, and yeah, my throat is a bit hurt by now. So yeah, I guess I will end the game today and I will continue tomorrow, but let's see if my throat is alright. Yeah, it's good to continue tomorrow. If it's not, then maybe we will continue some other day. But yeah, so far it's enjoyable, I guess. To be honest, it's still the story is still normal, nothing that is mind blowing or something. But yeah, it's enjoyable. That's all I can tell. The system is quite good actually. The setting, yeah, the setting is nice. The character is not quite. Yeah, they are just normal, I guess. Not not bad, but still not that interesting enough. Yeah, we have the main character. Who was the name again? Cuthbert. We have Cuthbert. That is all we know is that he is a genius at chess, a professional, um, and he has a good deduction ability, as we can see from testimony by his mother. Who was it again? Ruby Timora. Yeah, Ruby Timora. And but yeah, that's all we know about him. Nothing much. We don't know much about his personality. I mean, when you see when you see Phoenix, right? You know that he is someone that is I don't know, someone that is goofy or something. Yeah, you can see that he is kind of a, not playful, but yeah, see, he can mess up a lot, the guy. But not for this one. This Cuthbert is like, I don't know. I cannot say much about him. I mean, Phoenix Wright is a funny guy. This Cuthbert is not. So yeah. The other character, Timora, holds a lot of mysteries around her, so nothing much can we tell about her too. Was the I forgot what the name is. So yeah, Celeste. So Celeste doesn't have too much screen time either, so I cannot tell much about her. Uh, we do know about who was it again? The Orwin, yeah, the white, whatever that commander is. Yeah, he is a bit prideful or something. Yeah, that he can make a mistake. I think he is the one of the best character so far. We also know about um, Stillwind, but it's just something like a rival that try to be mysterious, try to be a bit edgy or something. Yeah, we didn't see any personality of her yet, so yeah, there's nothing much to talk about the character. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I think that's all for this game. We will play. Yeah, but the setting is interesting, but nothing much here. So yeah, I think that's it for this game. I will close the stream here and continue probably tomorrow. Let's see if I'm fit enough, my throat fit enough to to continue this game. But let's see. Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the stream and see you in the next stream. Goodbye.